All right. Old Jukebox. Now, this episode of Jukebox, I was going to call it the redemption tour. Jukebox got out the military last week. We know that she likes women. He, or should I say she? She likes women. So she got up out the army. Now, she was supposed to hang with the boosting crew. See, that's why they tell you, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast. Juke should have went back to those same rivers that she was used to, boosting clothes, stealing Tommy Hilfiger, getting the latest FUBU, getting the Timbs off the truck, getting the accessories. We don't discriminate, we criminalize. So if Juke wouldn't have been chasing waterfalls, aka going to hang out with Mara, who she only known for what, 30 minutes? Jukebox, we bypassing everything that's going on with Crystal because we got to get to the meat and the potatoes. Yeah, not the potatoes, the potatoes, because the tajadas fucked up just like how Jukebox was fucking up. That's why we said potatoes. Now, Jukebox goofy ass is hanging out with Mara. Now, we know on my channel, what does Mo not do? I don't include myself in any DV. If it's domestic violence, hey, y'all need to settle that and call the domestic police department because I am a domestic civilian, meaning not villain, civilian. My bad. Why did I say villain? I'm not a civilian. I'm a civilian. You know what I mean? But when I see that shit going on, don't think that Mo's about to, y'all can call, hey, Mo a bitch ass nigga. Mo, you soft. Mo, you sassy. Mo, you weak. I'll be the sassiest motherfucker in here. I'm not stepping in to break up no DV because if I get shot, ain't no one gonna be like, oh, damn, Mo was a good dude. They're gonna be like, oh, she's all right. Y'all need to call 911 and handle that situation. Now, when it comes to Mara and Jukebox, Mara, we assuming that Mara was like 28, 29, 30 is Jukebox like 18. Now she got Jukebox hanging out. Talking about Jukebox, this is like second home to me. Introducing Jukebox to all these women. And remember in episode 4, the old girl came to the bar talking about, Juke, can I buy you a drink? I want to buy you a drink. Ooh, Juke talking about, nah. And Mara talking about, ooh, I think she like you. Mara, this is a kid. This is a kid. She just turned 18. You got her in here wilding out. But that doesn't matter. Then Mara goes outside. They talking about hanging out and going to get some food. Then what happens next? Mara talking about, nah, let's go get pizza. Don't nobody want no pizza right now. It's a cool little diner over there. I give me 2 scrambled eggs, some turkey bacon. Well, they ain't got turkey bacon like that back in 93. Get 2 scrambled eggs, some bacon, some freshly squeezed OJ, and I'm about to head to the house. I smell like cigarette smoke. No, let's go get pizza. Now, here's where the mistake happens. You got to go with your gut instinct. You wanted to go to that diner, Jukebox. You know what your family is capable of. You know what your family does. Mara gets snatched up. Who does Mara get snatched up by? Her husband. She talking about technically we still married. No, nigga, legally you still married. Ain't no technically. Well, technically we still married. No. First of all, Juke out here wilding out with a spouse. We stay away from the spouses. That's mistake number one. We don't deal with spouses. So Juke running around with this lady named Mara, who she knows nothing about, which is already stranger danger. So stranger danger comes before hanging with spouses. So stranger danger and then spouses, these are already 2 red flags that we don't do. Then you made up your mind to go to a diner. She talking about, let's go get some pizza. That's number 3. You made the decision. You go ahead where you want to go, Juke. Now we find out that Mara got some husband. And I'm not sure what this guy is, but I'm assuming he's a white guy. So Mara's talking about, technically, that's my husband. No, that legally, that's your husband. Meaning legally, you need to take your ass home. But she like, nah, let's go get pizza. And out of nowhere, we see some angry guy. He comes storming over there. I'm like, damn, what the hell is happening? And out of nowhere, boom, he allegedly pushes Jukebox. Man, I didn't see him push Juke that hard for Juke to be down there like she got a concussion and her face, her mouth be scratched up and cheek be scratched. I'm like, damn, Juke, how hard did he push you? But that doesn't matter because he was in the wrong. But Juke, an 18-year-old who just left the army trying to find out her way, she's confused because now she found out that this grown adult that she hangs with is actually married to some type of psycho. Now, What happens in between this, I'm assuming Mara went home and she really got her tail whooped. Now, we're not making any fun of that. The guy did say that he was going to delete her. After I hear delete, I'm control alt deleting. I'm ending this task. I'm no longer fucking with Mara. What happened to Mara, Mo? I don't know. Last thing I heard was a nigga say he was going to kill her. What did I do? I went home. Why did I go home? Because I didn't want to get killed. Then it was really that simple. Mara did what she did. But in between that and the end of the episode, where she goes back and tells Marvin what actually happened, Mara gives Jukebox, the 18-year-old kid. Well, she is an adult. We'll just say she's an adult. She's 18. She gives this 18-year-old new, fresh adult her address. What is Jukebox going to do with that address? You don't even want to go to that address, Mara. Why are you giving me that? If I'm messing with a chick, she talking about, here my address. I'm not going over there so that nigga can whoop both our asses. No, what kind of sense does that make? So Mara gives Jukebox, this 18-year-old, her address. Jukebox goes home. She got a damn bag of green beans on her head. Talking about, goddamn, I got a concussion. Marvin's like, a concussion? Who the hell did that? I thought you said you wasn't going to put your hands on me. That's Ike Turner reference right there. Jukebox is like, oh, man, it ain't nothing. And Marvin's like, what you mean it ain't nothing? Jukebox right here, she got half a concussion. Jukebox, don't go to sleep. You got a concussion, girl. You go to sleep, you might not wake up. Nothing happened. So Marvin, now he looking at his daughter like, what the hell? Jukebox just got hit by a freight train. So she laying on the ground. She goes back to the house and she tells her pops. Now, we all know what the hell is going to happen with Marvin. We know what happens with Marvin.
I'm not looking to be.
Marvin decides to take Juki over to the house where it happened because some reason the irresponsible Mara decided to give young Juke her address. All right. Let's take a step away. If you are the uncle, if you are the father, if you are the mother, if you are the auntie of Jukebox, and Jukebox comes and tells you what happened, a married woman and her husband and got into it. All we heard was deletion. Are you taking your daughter / niece or whatever you want to call her to you over there? Or are you telling her that has nothing to do with your family? Stay away from Mara. What are you doing in this type of situation? Because these are where the mistakes are. Because this mistake all falls on Jukebox. What were you going to do with that address? Like, let's be sensible here. We're not Marvin. We regular folk. Right now, if that happened, you're like, hey, nah, we're not going over there. He talking about deleting. You can call the police, send the police over to that address, but we not going over there. There's no reason for us to go over there. But Marvin goes over there. And guess what happens? Marvin is winning at first because Marvin is fighting an unarmed man. Now, when the game changed, and old boy had that knife, wasn't nobody saying go Marvin at that point. When Marvin got stabbed up, what was your thought? Like, damn, Jukebox got to do something. This body would have never dropped if Jukebox wouldn't have been fucking with Mara. Nobody in my family is like, hey, we're going to go handle that. Mara's situation is Mara's situation. Her and her husband, they're going to have to figure that out. They might have to squabble it out. She's going to have to go get help somewhere. Jukebox is 18. I'm not going over there. That's my daughter. I'm not going over there. You stay the fuck away from Mara. Don't go to that damn club no more. You see shit can get ugly quick. What they got going on is what they got going on. But this is Jukebox. See, Jukebox thinks she knows everything. And see, now we're getting somewhere. We're pulling back the layers. Jukebox thinks she know everything. Jukebox thinks that she outsmarted the military police, which wouldn't have happened in real life. She thinking she good. Since Jukebox and outsmarted her homeboys from getting back into the boosting game, she thinking she good. Since Jukebox and Crystal squashed their little beef, she thinking she know everything. She thinking she good. See, Jukebox said, I can dream when I sleep, knuckle. Jukebox thinks she got it all figured out. See, when you're a young teenage boy, our parents call that smelling ourselves. And right now, Jukebox is smelling herself. So she done sent Marvin over here. Marvin done got cut the hell up. And guess what Jukebox had to do? Click, clack, pow. Catch a body. Jukebox done caught a body. The biggest mistake. Jukebox didn't call the body because we know what happens in the trailer. Since the trailer dropped and I did the What's Next video, we hear her sitting down with Mara. So we already know that Jukebox is yapping. That's why we know Jukebox eventually becomes police, because we realize at an early age, Jukebox has a loose tongue. Jukebox is giving away information to Burke. Now, it wasn't enough to, indict anybody, but it was some information. Jukebox with the whole little Nikki thing. Now Jukebox with the Marvin situation. Jukebox with the damn military. Jukebox is really getting a lot of fucking federal goddamn contacts coming towards the family. Not contacts coming towards the goddamn family. This is on Jukebox. This is on nobody else but Jukebox hanging out down at the goddamn, what they call that? The juke joint? Jukebox at the juke point. Juke joint. Yeah. No, we can't let this slide. This is on Jukebox. Jukebox called a body. They run about the building. She talking about, go. First of all, I'm not going anywhere. I didn't shoot nobody. You need to go. Now, that's the only part about being a parent. I guess you got to kind of, if you're a parent, are you taking this charge? Like, hey, it was a murder. You got to go down for it and to save your kid. Because let me tell you something. This is going to sound tough, guys. This is going to sound real tough. I'm not going down for a body that my child catches. I'm sorry. Maybe you guys are better parents than me. Call me a horrible dad, but I'm not. All right? I didn't do it. I'm not going to jail for it. Is it like a traffic ticket? Okay, I could take a little moving violation, a parking ticket. I could take that hit, but I can't take a body. That's one thing I can't do. I got morals. The good Lord put me on this planet to live my life out on the other side of the bars, not behind bars, in front of the bars, not behind. So I'm definitely not going. Also, Juke didn't send Marvin. How did Marvin know where this guy lives? Someone tell me, how did Marvin know where this guy lived? Someone tell me, how did Marvin get the address to Mara's house? Marvin knew who Mara was? Someone tell me, how did Marvin get the address? Because I was watching it off my phone, so maybe I missed out on something. Maybe I didn't hear that Marvin knew Mara. How did Marvin get this address over here? How did he find out where Mara lives? Oh, that's right. Mara gave Jukebox an address. So Marvin wouldn't have known where they lived if Jukebox didn't ride with Marvin over there for retaliation. When Marvin sat in the car, Jukebox didn't want, what did Jukebox say? She didn't want him to go over and knock him off. Kind of like what Rock said, kind of like what Stefano said. We don't want you to kill him, just rough him up. But we know how Marvin acts. So Jukebox put that battery in Marvin's back, and we already know he didn't got rid of the bookie for less. So if he got rid of the bookie for just calling him, oh, you working for Massa, what is Marvin going to do to somebody that put his hands on his daughter? So Jukebox is to blame for this. The only person that, well, Marvin, you get some of the blame too because you went up there. But Marvin, he didn't use the gun. Marvin went up there to live to fight another day. Jukebox used a gun. Marvin did not tell Jukebox to pull that trigger. Marvin left the gun in the car. Jukebox picked the gun up and went to the house. That's premeditated murder. Murder! Juke, you're going down. You made the biggest mistake this week. This blood is on your hands and on Marvin's face. This is unacceptable, Juke. You just jeopardized the whole family. I've been waiting this whole weekend to tell Juke about herself because I was wishing the best for her. But you grabbed a gun. You shot that man. You shot an unarmed man in the back. Marvin is in there fighting it out. Mano y mano. You got to fight to the death. If Marvin would have got unalived and deleted, we would have just had to say that this guy was the better man. That's it. When Ronnie and Unique fought, we said that Ronnie got the best of him. That's all it is. That's how the streets are. But for Juke to pull that trigger, Marvin did not tell Juke to shoot. Marvin left the gun in the car because all he wanted to do was ruffle some feathers. Jukebox came up here and fucked up everything, man. Jukebox then came up here and tore up everything. She didn't call the body in the Rod Woodson jersey. I had a Rod Woodson jersey. I had a black one too. My dad didn't buy me and my brother white jerseys when we were little because we were kids, but he had a white Rod Woodson. I used to wear that to school when I got to middle school. I would wear his jersey to school because all I had was the black ones. But yeah, this is Jukebox mistake here, guys. This is Jukebox. I'm assuming, well, Dale, they didn't show. Ray said he got the address out the yellow pages. Hey, Marvin in the damn in the phone book. And he would have had to get it out the white pages. Yellow pages for business. So he got it out the white pages, unless he's doing business out of his house. Shit, the only business he's doing out of that house is serving fucking knuckle sandwiches. Because this dude is crazy. That nigga tried to kill Marvin, man. All because of Jukebox. Damn. I feel it though, man. What do you guys think about Jukebox hanging with Mara? Because let's be honest, Juke didn't have to pull that trigger. Now, it's good for TV because we enjoy that. Oh, yeah, that's one body. We got to put that on the board. That's one body. Now, that's good for us because obviously, you know, we got a body counter list. That's good for us. But Jukebox could have came in there and pistol whipped them. Aaron, Mara's husband, Aaron, he was a veteran. He probably had PTSD too. And Mara didn't know. Damn. Unarmed man. Jukebox did it, y'all. Jukebox did it. So, all right. Does this body help or hurt the Thomas family? And then we'll move on to Marvin next. And we'll tell it from his story. Juke could have definitely came in there and pistol whipped him. Bow. I'm telling you, what I tell you earlier, a good pistol whipping to change up how you think about life. You get pistol whipped one time. I ain't never been pistol whipped. I ain't trying to either. Getting pistol whipped is crazy. But if you pistol whip somebody in the back of their head, they going to sleep for good. If you hit him right. Hit him right here on the side. But Jukebox didn't call the body, man. That's really the mistake. Her and Crystal, they squashed their beef. Oh, we can remove early Tyler because it's Purcell. Vernon Stark. We can remove that too. Mara is a cop. I don't know. We still don't know about that yet, but we still gonna keep that on there. What up, Kendall? I mean, not Kendall, but Candy. All right. So I give Juke the biggest mistake because if Mara gave me that address, If Mara gave you her address, are you guys going? Let's be real. Not even Marvin. Would you be asking Mara, why are you giving me your address? Why are you giving me your address? Why are you giving me your address when this nigga is whooping that? I'm never coming over there to hang out. I'm never coming to pick you up. I'm not doing anything that deals with that house if I know that there is a stone cold killer over there. This nigga in public talking about deleting people. I'm not hanging out with you, Mara. I don't even want to go to the club with you no more. You got a whole husband at the house. And you over here at the she nights. No, hell no. What we doing with Mara's number? I mean, we not going over there. We not calling her.